Hey, Kinga here. Now, desiring change is very different from demanding it. I know several people who have been complaining about the same issues for years, even decades. They have clearly articulated what changes they desire, what actions they believe they should take, and what outcomes they hope to achieve. Yet, despite this clarity, they find themselves in the same situation years or even decades later. And I find myself having to listen to the same complaints over and over again. When I ask them about what bothers them, why they feel sad or depressed, and what they wish to have or be or do instead, their response almost always begins with, "I will try to do this and that." When someone says they will try, I understand immediately that nothing will likely come of it. Trying is far from accomplishing. It shows a lack of sufficient commitment, and it indicates that their pain is probably not strong enough yet for them to be willing and committed to actually put the work in to change the situation that causes their suffering. Years later, they remain where they were when they first said they would try. And those who use the word try rarely succeed, in my opinion. Often they don't even begin. If they truly intended to act, they would say, "I'm going to do it." The use of try reveals a lack of discipline and persistence needed to actually follow through. It also shows lack of self-confidence and belief in their own capabilities, in my opinion. If you doubt your ability to succeed, you likely won't. Because if you believe that you cannot succeed, you are right. If you believe that you can succeed, then you are right too. Now, once your pain reaches a critical point and you have developed sufficient self-confidence and you are committed to changing whatever needs to be changed, then you will get it done, 100%. Even if you fail a few times at first, but your pain and your commitment to change will help you follow through and get up over and over again. Find other ways until you change that thing. We all have the power to change whatever we want to change. But again, the pain has to be big enough, and the self-confidence has to be solid enough, and the commitment has to be strong enough. Then just add a bit of discipline and persistence and you are there. Now, the most common excuses are, "But it's hard." That's okay. Hard is okay. Hard is still not impossible. And other people say that, "But what if I fail?" Yeah, but what if you succeed? Not even starting is a bigger failure in my eyes. If you do not do it, you are actually guaranteed to not succeed. But if you at least give it a go, you have a chance to succeed. And if you fail and give it another go, then your chances are even higher. People love complaining. Some people love suffering too. And many love keeping themselves stuck so they can complain more, get others to feel sorry for them, to empathize with them. Some of us are actually addicted to feeling pain, feeling sorry for ourselves. It creates the same chemical reaction in our body, in our brain, that may feel familiar from our childhood. So it's like eating that comfort food that you know is not good for you, but it feels comforting and familiar, so you do it. And if you are one of these people, ask yourself, what reward do I expect from suffering? Am I willing to stop suffering? If not, why not? If yes, when? When am I willing to stop suffering? Am I willing to stop suffering now? If yes, then do it. If not now, then when? What do I need to know or be or do to end my suffering? Am I willing to suffer first, but then stop it? I always say that if you resist something, you keep it stuck in your energy. So funny enough, if you resist suffering, you are holding onto the pain and act of suffering instead of letting it all go. To let something go easily, you first need to welcome it, accept it, allow it, Say hi to it, acknowledge it. Having a bad day, a bad week? Give yourself a deadline and allow yourself to suffer a bit, but then just say goodbye to it. For example, every time I went through a really bad heartbreak, I said to myself that I acknowledge this pain, I'm going to let myself suffer and experience this pain. I allow myself to feel it, but I also give myself a deadline. I used to say that I will feel like shit and suffer throughout the whole weekend, but from Monday onwards, I am back on track and I am done with it. So I allowed the negative, the unwanted to come to me and go through me. If I resisted it, it would have been stuck in my energy, in my body even, taking me longer or forever to heal from it because my body would not have been able to process it. Everything is energy, and your emotions are energy in motion. You can experience any emotion, and by allowing it to be experienced, you can actually process it, and it will flow right through you. You will feel it, and you will feel it move through you with time. If you resist it, you keep it stuck in your energy field, and it will cause dis-ease in your physical body too. So if you want to change that negative emotion, if you want to overwrite that painful experience, first allow yourself to feel it, to experience it, and only then will you be able to let it go completely. And do not make yourself feel bad about feeling it. Don't judge yourself in a negative way if you take some time to suffer, but just keep it short. Give yourself a deadline. Decide that it will end on this day and move on. Now, if a negative emotion is very intense, ask yourself, who does this belong to? Do not fabricate any answer to these open-ended questions. They are not addressed to your mind. Questions can bring in more clarity. Questions can open you up for more possibilities. And the answers close you and the possibilities. So don't try to answer these open-ended questions. Just keep asking them. Let me give you some more. What is this? What are these emotions? What is this situation? What can I do with it? Can I change it? How can I change it? What else can I choose? What can I be or do or know or experience that would change this and create the future I desire? What can be better than this? What else is possible? How can this be a contribution to the life I truly desire? What else is possible here for me that I never considered? And I also encourage you to say it out loud that I am ready and willing and committed to do whatever it takes to change this. Are you? Now, this needs a clear and loud yes from you for it to work. If you are not there yet, the pain is not big enough. So keep suffering until you had enough. Every time I was committed to changing something in my life, I knew what it was like until then. And I knew that I wanted something different. I didn't want to go back to suffering, to what I already knew. I knew how it was, what it felt like, and I knew that I was not gonna stay or go back there. So not changing it was not an option. You have to feel that staying in the old is not an option for you. Your pain has to be big enough to really want that change. And this is why contrast, as in pain, experiencing the unwanted, is good. It calls for change. It inspires you to move, to grow. It pushes you to choose something bigger and better. Okay, let's say that you want change. Your pain is big enough, you have the commitment, the confidence, the persistence, and even the dedication to make it happen. But change is still not happening. Why? Because some of us fear change. It can be that you are scared of the unknown. You are scared of failing as well, maybe. You are scared of changing or giving up the known. So subconsciously, you may be resisting change. But the more you resist, the more you are not letting it happen to you. So you have to open yourself up to the unknown, to the possibility of even failing. Allow the different, the bigger, and ask, what is it that wishes to be realized through me? What choice can I make now, or what can I choose right now that creates an entirely new and different future? What infinite possibilities are available to me right now? What infinite possibility can I be right now? What can I choose right now? What do I need to be aware of here? What can I do now? Who can I be now that would create the future I desire? What are my infinite possibilities now? If I didn't have a point of view on what I could create, what could I create? Now, welcome the suffering and then say goodbye to it. Welcome the change, the unknown, the possible failure, and allow whatever wants to be realized through you to be realized through you. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.